Hey everybody, welcome back. If you're new around here, I'm Hakliva and I live out of my 2019 Kia Soul named Bob when I am lucky enough to travel. Together, we have traveled as far as roads will take us, geocaching along the way in my home province of Manitoba. For 31 days in the fall of 2023, I set out on a pretty epic adventure, adding not quite 400 finds to my geocaching profile while driving over 16,000 kilometers. It was a pretty spectacular trip, and this is part of it.
Alright, navigating to my next cache, and it is at a pretty important one. It's a physical geocache, and it is about 7 minutes away. I have Alright, let's go for a little walk. Find the geocache. Nicer on our way back because it's raining all day. A little gloomy and gloomy, just a little. But I made it to the Arctic Circle. Alright, so I sent my everything is a-okay check-in message to my peeps. And the next stop I have is a actual physical geocache. Again, I like the physicals. Oh, wait, there we go. It's about 40 kilometers away, so we'll see. It's also at a campground, so there's a slight chance I maybe might just stay there. Was all off camera, but I just talked with a very, very nice couple, Angela and Andy, and they're just on their way back from Tuck. It's okay. So I was not able to find it. It's supposed to be underneath the stairs, and it was not underneath the stairs. I made it to the Northwest Territories. Well, kind of. I will, I'll be there in a moment if I choose to continue on. Holy crap! It is so windy, and it is so cold out, and the wind is damp. Let's look together and see what the thermometer under my box says. It says that it is 2 degrees outside. Yeah, oh, I'm reading backwards. 5 degrees. It's 5 degrees outside. It's cold. The clouds are so low. It's wet. Wow. I've made it to the Northwest Territories. Well, let's just continue on, see where I end up. Alright, I have pulled up to another location of an earth cache, and it says that this earth cache takes you to Vitreque Pass, one of many scenic locations along the Dempster Highway. Here, the highway enters an old glacial waterway. As you drive through this area, you can see deformed, folded, or distorted rocks of the Devonian Imperial Formation. The pass is the transition of the Richardson Mountains to Peel Plain to the northeast. See, and this is where I have problems. What type of fold can you see here? Estimate the angle and thickness of the layers. The angle is like this because it's curved, and then like this. How do I translate that into words? Yeah. There's an additional waypoint on the south side of the road. Can you see? South side of the road. What other waypoint? There's another waypoint. Parking. Okay, I'm gonna take a picture. I don't know. I can see it. Like, that is so cool to me. So this is what I like. This visual I like about earth caches. The answering I don't like. Okay. Our next stop is a traditional geocache.
Would your arms surround me? If we stay here like this, is the only place where I wanna be. This is as long as we go.
So I'm currently sitting in a cloud. I'm trying to decide whether I should stay here tonight, which is just a pullout on the side of the highway. But there's a geocache 130 meters that way into a territorial overlook. But I'm sitting in a cloud, so it's not going to be that great for looks. So I'm kind of thinking about just continuing on and then hitting this up on my way out. Yeah, I think I'm gonna continue on. There is a ferry crossing, which they're still running as far as I know. The time keeps flopping, so that's always fun. But I should be able to make the ferry tonight because there's plenty of time. It runs till midnight. So yeah, I'm gonna go on the ferry. Alright, so it looks like this territorial park is actually closed. So I am going to sleep outside the gate with these other 4 vehicles, I guess. And we'll hike in tomorrow. There is some bathrooms here though, so that's kind of nice. I like that.
As I was sitting there editing, I had this feeling. So I stuck my head out the door, looked up, and saw that Mother Nature was putting on a show. I quietly got out of the vehicle, set up my tripod, but not quite quiet enough while the other vehicles were sleeping that one of the occupants stuck their head out. They asked me what I was doing. I pointed up, and they saw the show. They started yelling and running around the vehicles, banging on them to wake everybody up in their party. It turns out that they were from California and had driven all the way up to Tuktoyaktuk. They stayed on the Arctic Ocean for a few nights and didn't once get to see the Northern Lights. I feel very blessed to have been able to share the show with them.